Hi, it's Milton Kane. I'm the Christian Democratic Party candidate for the federal seat of Newcastle. There are a number of people who have raised a matter of concern with me in reference to the endorsement and certification of foods. Some of the people are very concerned because of their Christian faith. They often remind me of the passage in the book of Acts, chapter 15, at verse 20, where it talks about one of the requirements is to abstain from food being offered to idols. Some of the people are concerned that the certification of food by religious bodies may be compromising their particular religious faith. Having a look at this very closely, I've decided that we need to have a good hard look at it. And when we see that there is one particular religious group of people that are having much endorsement of food, far in excess of their population spread throughout the community, people have expressed to me how that it is very difficult to find a product that has not got the halal certification. They also noted that there are several organisations that are involved in the halal certifying of food. So when I look at this particular proposal, I looked long and I looked hard, and I tried to find something that I thought would be something that would be helpful for these people so they would not feel offended in their faith, and so that they would be able to still use the rich choice of foods that we have in this country. What it seems to me is a wise way to go is to certify all companies wishing to classify or certify food for whatever purpose. There are many varieties of them. We have the Heart Foundation. We have people talking about organic food, different levels of organic food. We have food which is supposed to be okay because it's vegetarian. Some food which is vegan, and all this sort of arrangements. What we need to do is we need to work out exactly what is meant by it and exactly what is the standard, because some people are very serious about these particular certifications. And since there are, it seems, more than one body of people doing the certifying, we don't know exactly what standard each certifier is doing. And so it would be wise to have a way in which, a mechanism by which we can actually organise the certifiers. We can have them all certified so that we then know what is being certified and the why it's being certified. We'll also be able to find out the how, the process. It may well be the process of certifying may overcome the religious fears that some may have, because perhaps when they examine the process, they may find there is no religious offence by the particular process which is being used. My concern also is the fact that people have expressed to me they wonder about what's been happening as far as the money is concerned. There is much speculation about that, and I would not for a moment wish to imply or infer that there is any error, anything wrong in where the money is going. But what I do want to know, I want to make sure that people are able to prove that there's not a problem. And so hence what I'm suggesting is that we know where the money's going. We know how much is being charged for the certification, and we make sure where the money is going. For example, we would expect that the Heart Foundation, the money that they would get, we would expect some of the money to go for research to heart illnesses. We would also expect that people dealing with the organic may well use some of that funds towards developing different ways of being able to make sure things are organic, working out and encouraging people to start to use and produce organic products. We would expect certain other requirements, I guess, from different people, but we may have in mind some things which could well be wrong. So what I'm suggesting is that we know the pathway of the money, the final result. We also need to make sure that the people being involved are willingly involved. We don't want to see anybody being involved in any way at all when they're being compelled. It ought not to be a compulsion to have this certification. It should be totally and absolutely voluntary. It would be wrong for an organisation, for example, the organic organisation, to be out there trying to shut down a business simply because it was not organic. That would be totally wrong. And so we want to have full disclosure of where the money is going. We want to have full disclosure of how the negotiations go. And it needs to be totally and absolutely voluntary. Obviously, an organisation that wishes to have a particular product upon their range of products which they endorse may approach a company and request that that company wishes to participate in their particular certification program. Well, it might be the case that they, after discussions, wish to become involved, but it must be a voluntary involvement. No threats, no coercion can be used whatsoever. It may well be that a company, for example, a chocolate producing company, may choose to simply say, yeah, we'll certify some of our products but not the others. It may well be that be the case. What we need to know is that the people involved are honest, above board, and are voluntarily involved. We want to know that what is happening is not going to become a stumbling block to another person's faith or lack of faith. So this is where we're wanting to go, because we believe it is right and proper that when we see these little marks on the bottom of our products that we buy, we know what they mean. We know what's happened to the food. We also know that there are many of our foods which are GM modified. And we'd also want that particular endorsement on the food, that particular process on the food. We would want that to be fully disclosed, and what is meant by that modification. All of these things that need to be disclosed. We need to know what we are eating. After all, it has been said many times in the past by people far wiser than me that you are what you eat. And we want to make sure that what we eat is what we want to become. Thank you.